Oh, it's got a split in it. Oh, it's almost fucked. There we go. Now it is fucked. Might be back with that one. That was a bit of a good one. Yeah, cool. Jules is upstairs streaming. I'm just trying to savour an effort here. I'm feeling fucking passionate today, and sometimes passion breaks for nobody. Jules probably had a massive day and can't be filming this, so I'm like, fuck it, let's just go for it. So if this is a bit out of focus, and there's some shit on my fucking head, or a, you know, unicorn turns up, then you know why. Jules doesn't know that I've started filming either. She'll find out in a minute. She'll come down and say something lovely and then be like... The lack of laughter. I'll just put laughs in. I'll just chuck them in. That won't be weird at all. And don't think I don't see you fucking gronks out there that leave nasty shit about Jules' laugh in the thing. Fucking dead shit. Oh, someone laughing. It's the worst. Better tell the entire internet, you fucking flog. You know what? There's heaps of other free shit on the internet. So if you don't like this or Jules' laugh, there's a special spot for you called Gloff. Like, 'tis the season to fucking freeze your ass off. And for some of us out there, it's time for a soup. I've got a bit of a gripe. It's called veggie soup. Tastes like bath water. And it needs to stop. Putting a whole lot of stuff in some water and hoping for the best is a bath. I don't have fucking time for the fucking bath water tasting shit. And neither do you, frankly. You've had enough. What's with the hair ties? I've just noticed that. There's something Jules would have let me know about. I'm here to prove to you that this can be good. In fact, I'm so excited about this, I just about blew a valve on the Patreon. First thing you gotta do, mate, you gotta go to the shops and buy that. Usually I'd say swap some stuff and don't swap anything out, that's it. Not this time, this is my one, just make my one my way. And if you're lactose intolerant, just sucked in, you gotta have it and fart through it. I'm kidding, do not eat it at all, listen to me. You can mess with it a bit, no you can't. Off you go, off the field. All right, champions, let's kick it off. Turn the oven. Your mate. To 1,000. I'm kidding, turn it to fucking 200 fan. You dickhead. You're not a dickhead, I love you. Trey McClure. Pumpkin, right? Scoop the nonsense out of it. Hey, Josie.
Oh, this is fucking number. Oh, fuck. Do you want some help?
No. If you hear one of my jokes and it's funny, laugh as loud as possible. So it started off as like a ha 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 pretendo laugh, and then you started laughing at your own laugh. You can cut that bit off, but that's it. That's all you're allowed to cut off, that and the seeds. So, onto the tray, bit of olive oil. Oh, mucking up. What's up, dickhead? Carrots, these are even easier. That goes there. I'll just half again, that'll do. Just because something ends up tasting good doesn't mean that you've spent your entire life fucking around with it, you know. You can do less. You can. Now, if you see this knife changing colour, carbon steel gets a little bit grumpy about certain things. It's like a hypercolour knife. Does anyone remember fucking hypercoloured t-shirts? Well, these kind of carbon steel knives are a bit like a hypercolour shirt. Except it's not your cousin putting their hand on your hyper. If you're not familiar with what a hypercolour shirt is, this must seem very fucking strange.
Regions West Hypercolour.
Anyway, this knife's like that. I go 1 to 1 to 1. So like 400, 400, 400, or 500, 500, 500, 600, 700, and here he comes at fucking 800. Same shit with sweet potato. I've said this a million times and it ends up with me talking about your ass. Fine to leave the skins on. In fact, it's good for your kind of your insides go. No doubt, This is going to end up with too much for that tray. We don't want to crowd the living out of the tray. Bung them all in there. Right, got myself a little bit of time. Don't worry if a couple of sticks fall in there, it's all right. Stick it up your ass. Look, if you just can't help yourself, you can, you know, a little bit of salt. You might end up with too much in there, you know what I mean? Lovely. Some in there, some in here. I don't know about you, but I like small garlic. Not because I like peeling garlic, because I don't like that. But I like them, they just seem, I don't know, they're more exciting. Cut the top off, all right. Just a little bit of this. You go fucking plonko, tiny little drizzle on top. Wrap it up like a little matey, little prezi, and then just fucking chuck it in there. Alan, lovely to see you. Doesn't matter where you put them, as long as it's in a tray. There we go, very nice. If you don't have to fucking do all the oil, you can just throw the whole garlic in, it'd be fine as well. Just don't throw any AA batteries in there. Mr. Knife Matey does not like garlic. I know there's a few of you like, why the fuck do you use a knife if it just like, you know, tarnishes really quickly? For the same fucking reason that I look like this. Because it's interesting or concerning, one of the two. These are amazing to sharp. They get very sharp very quickly, but they do other stuff really quickly. I'm just going to cut up to there. Save that bit for lunch. It's good for stock and shit. Now there's usually a bit of dirt in here. The dirt doesn't tend to go the whole way to the bottom, so I'll just give it a flick like that and have a little look. If there's dirt in there, there's only a little bit. Give it a little rinse. But it's not too bad, this one. So I'm just going to cut it into like, great. Plonko, plonk, in, great. Oh, sick. Stick it in the oven. Righto. In there for a fucking hour. At the half an hour point, just have a look, because your oven might be a quit. That's why I like to cut them a bit chunky. Doesn't matter if they've undercooked, we just want them to caramelise a little bit. And then I'll just fucking explain this later, it doesn't matter. Trust me, it's worth waiting for. Righto. Let's do the other shit. Righto, mate. It's time for this big punish. Here we go. Couple of onions. Oh, you've got to plug the fucking thing in, you dingus. Into the pan with a little squirt of olive oil. You don't need much. And a nice tablespoon of butter. Dice your onions up, honestly. However you do it, you could do it like, that was actually bang on down the middle. You can just roughly dice them is what I'm trying to say. Now, rough as guts will do me. 2 onions. Choose your weapon. Oh, it's got a split in it. Oh, it's almost f***ed. There we go, fixed it. Now it is f***ed. Geez, we're almost at the fucking haircut stage, aren't we? Not in real life, you can f*** off with that. You fucking watch. This knife will start to turn. It's already doing it to the onion. And you go, beautiful. Righto. At the halfway point of the veg, in here, if there's 2 trays, swap the top, swap the bottom, give them a spin. It's hotter at the top. It's hotter at the top. It's not a song. Or is it? It's hotter at the top. That amount of ginger. Now you are welcome to like put the leek in here if you don't feel good about roasting leek, because some of it does get quite caramelly. You can just bung the leeks in here as well. Just into some thin sticks. Beautiful. They can go in too. So just fucking low and slow this for a bit. Now, last but not least, if you're not into this, fine. Just a couple of chilies. You don't have to put heaps in. Oh, nice little cup up there. Hi, mate. Huh. Just chill for ages. Just keep cooking it till they get nice and soft. Low, 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 low. Fog. No, fog the camera up straight away. Great. We've got one last thing to do. Now the last thing we'll do is we'll get these ready. I don't know, cut it into 6 bits. Bang that in the bowl. So I reckon 2, 3 potatoes. The more shit you put in, the just more stock you'll need, or water. And if you're one of our beautiful vegan mates, veggie stock, coconut milk, all that shit works. I recommend it. Get yourself a carbon steel knife. They're not that expensive. They're not, but there's a bit of looking after it. You can't just leave it in the fucking sink. It'll rust. This has rusted the guts a couple of times. And it's not like the end of the world if it rusts. You can use mineral oil instead. It's probably smarter, but just use olive oil. And just give them a quick oil afterwards. Man, they're beautiful. Look at it. That story is, as you can tell.
Yeah, that one time's a
Go, veggies out of the oven. And lovely. Look at that one, Joe. Look, that please. Right, 1 teaspoon in here. Dust the onions with garam masala. It's a fucking spice. Go get it at the shops. It's full. It's my secret trick. I won't lie, that's kind of a big part of the power move of this one. Now fry the spice off for a minute. Don't just fucking chuck everything in yet. Don't do that, because if you do that, I'll be very cross. All the shapes you've seen me.
You wouldn't like me when I'm Ross.
You wouldn't like me when I go full cross mode. Now, if someone walks into the vicinity of you cooking this and says a word of shit other than this fucking smells really nice, I forgot how I started that sentence, but yeah, exactly.
cross.
The reason you fry the spice off is to fucking egg on the fact that you're cooking an awesome meal, so everyone's like, oh my God, you're the fucking best. Can we write a song about you? Made a dance for you. My name's Egbert. Fucking what, dude? Anyone want to swap brains for a day? I don't answer that. All right. It's a minute. Happy with that. In with the veg. All of it in. Very nice. Don't put the foil in, you fucking goose. This leek will do this. Taste that. It's fucking awesome. In you go. A whole lot, mate. Right. Do not throw this shit out yet. We've got shit to do here. Give it a little mix around. You should be able to just squeeze the garlic out of these. Look at this. Can have a go at that, would you? Yes. Now, heat up. In with your potatoes. And then with your fucking stock. Very nice. Good time to get a little scrapey action going on the bottom. Get the fucking shit off. We want enough stock to cover like everything. You don't want too much shit sticking out the top. Particularly on the final ingredient to go in here, Parmesan rind. What's a Parmesan rind? It's the back end, you know. Put it in. Save a little bit of stock for this, and I'll show you why in a second. You don't need to just keep stirring this. All that needs to happen is a lid on about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. As soon as it comes to the boil, fucking turn the heat down to a simmer, you big fucking winner. Come back, once you can stick a fork through the potatoes, stick a fork through fucking me, mate, because we're done. Oh, you go on there. Yeah, good on you, mate. We're all very excited to hear it. Right, lid on you. Got a little extra stock here. You can use water as well. It doesn't really fucking cabra matter. Now this will work because this is induction, and the whole trick with induction, if it sticks, it'll work with induction. If it doesn't, you're fucked. Oh, good. That's all right, there's all on that anyway. I'll just tip some liquid through that and give it a scrape. But this one, we're going to heat this one up. Because all this fucking piss stuck to the pan will fucking taste good. I don't think it's completely flat, so I don't know if this is going to work that well. I'm not going to lie, I've not done this on induction. If you've got a gas stove, it might be a bit easier. There's other ways to do it that I probably should have thought of, but There you go. Look at that. The colour of that. Mate, if you don't fucking believe me. Do it. All the tasty from the tasty tray. Yep. Guess who's back behind the camera? Let's have a look. Oh! Let's get the Parmesan rind out. Maybe you don't want to pull it out. Well, I mean, you probably should, but I forgot yesterday and fucking blended it and tasted great. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, Dr. fucking Parmesan Pants. Not that one. All right. Okay. Now, this is the fun bit. There's a couple of ways you can do this. One way is the quite dangerous, you're going to burn your face way, which is use a normal blender and fill it up with the whole thing while it's hot. And then you put the lid on it and fuck me, your house is done. Don't do it. It's a good chance you'll be in the fucking burns triage. If you're gonna do it, let it cool down and do it in batches. Even that, don't trust me. I am not responsible for you being a fuckwit. I find these are great. This one's a piece of shit cheap thing. Doesn't matter. We want to blend all of this. Consistency, very thick. If you like that, fucking house paint thick shit, go for it. You can use either milk or you can use a bit of water or coconut milk. Coconut milk would be great with this. Just a bit at a time. You can't unput milk in. Let's have a quick taste and see if it needs things like salt. Nope. Dead set, doesn't need fucking salt. Stock was enough. Stock was enough. You can, you know, little bit of salt. Too much in there. That's really thick, but I kind of like it like that. But yeah, just keep adding milk. Milk's a safe bet with this, as is coconut milk. Coconut cream, the coconut cream usually has the separated bit. You can, anyway, you'll work it out. You're a fucking clever cookie. All right, let's serve it up. Fucking too much in there. I'll do the honours, even though you fucking had it last night. Here it is, the definitely not rigged bit. How good is it?
It's cold.
I gotta get, yeah, go for it, tuck in. I've got to sort myself out here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Go for it, you have to say it's good, but.
I do not. They're so good.
There you go. Sour cream goes off.
It does.
I tried it with the dried shallots last night.
Wasn't quite as good.
It was good for a minute, and then I just got all soggy and shit. That's
Yum.
so good, isn't it? Anyway, fuck eating shit soup. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Bye.
No. I know you're saying to yourself, my name's Eric, but it's not your name. It's someone else's name. You're weird.